let's get this thing going. Welcome today. I'm really thrilled that you decided to join me today. And the reason I'm excited is because when you take some time out of your day to invest into getting more information, to understanding what's happening in our world and seeing what opportunities are out there, that's you investing in you. And so I'm honored that you've taken some time to be with me today. I'm going to be sharing with you and talking to you for a few minutes about the whole aspect of this being the absolute best time to be a grant writer. And in case you haven't heard some of the information I shared in some of the previous times, I'm going to be sharing with you some of that information again, just recapping some of it. But then I'm going to be also sharing with you how to take advantage of these opportunities that you may right now currently be overlooking. And as I shared with you on yesterday, I shared the importance of you seeing the opportunity. I started doing grant writing a number of years ago. When I first started, a lot of the things that we have that you can take advantage of today didn't exist. And so when I'm looking at why grant writing today and right now, that this is the best time ever, I'm saying that looking back, having started doing grant writing way back in the early 2000s, and now looking really about 20, almost 20 years now, looking at it from the standpoint of seeing, wow, where was it then, and where has it come to today? When I first started, the internet wasn't the internet that we know today. We had things like Netscape and Yahoo, and those were the big chiefs. AOL, I'm not sure if you remember that. I had a hairline way back then as well. But now things have shifted. Now Google is the dominant player in the game. And things like YouTube didn't exist way back when. So now we have access to information. We have the ability to access relevant information, especially as it relates to acquiring grants. When I first started to get this information, you had to go to the library and open up books and look to see what grant opportunities exist. Now, with the advent of the internet, you can access key relevant grant opportunities right away by simply going to the right websites. That makes this super exciting. In addition to that, when I first started out, we weren't able to do what we're doing right now. Just think about it. You are communicating with me and I'm communicating with you, and we are in completely different places. We could do it by phone, but the abilities to be able to see, interact, do online learning and things like that, that didn't exist. But now we have the opportunities to connect face to face through video conferences and things of that nature. So this presents a great opportunity for us. And when I say that there's no time like this that's been as great as this to be a grant writer, I'm saying a number of things. Some people may be saying, Rodney, but we're going through a pandemic. And I'm like, yes, we are. That has created even more opportunities. Like, what do you mean, Rodney? It's created more opportunities. Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean. When the pandemic happened, as a result of the pandemic, many nonprofits that depend on a variety of ways to acquire money lost some of those methods that they normally use to get money. Let me give you an example. Many nonprofits go about getting grant funding, and they also have other things like special events, like banquets, fundraisers that are throughout the year that are live and in person. That got cut out because of COVID. And as a result, now they had to scramble to figure out different ways to bring in more funding, which means now there is a even greater demand for grant writing services. And now they are either training somebody in-house or looking for somebody on the outside to do the grant writing for them. Again, more opportunity than existed previously. Let me tell you another reason why this is absolutely one of the greatest times to be a grant professional as well. Normally, most grant funding is centered towards nonprofit 501c3 charitable organizations. With the COVID, And the pandemic, grant funding became even more so available to for-profit entities as well. Because what the government had to do and what they needed to do was stimulate the economy, get ways for monies to be in people's hand to keep the economy moving. So they had these stimulus packages, and as a result, they end up, some of you may have benefited by getting monies sent to you, and that was again designed to stimulate the economy. Well, also that happened, but another thing that happened was they took funding and allocated funding that could be situated through grants that for-profit entities were able to take advantage of. You also had major corporations that said, hey, I'm going to do something to address this issue as well. Let me throw in another dynamic. You also had the whole Black Lives Matter issue that came into the forefront because of the George Floyd and a lot of other incidences. And that heightened another area that created more grant opportunities, especially for people of color, especially for diverse communities. And you had these corporations, and I'm just going to name a couple of them just off the bat. Facebook and others had grants that were relevant, especially for minority-owned businesses. Google it, you can see what I'm talking about. And there were other companies that came out of the woodworks and started doing things to provide grant funding, long-term, short-term, and long-term, to address some of these issues. What am I saying? I'm saying now for-profits and nonprofits are greatly benefiting from that, and greatly benefiting from the opportunity that if you have the skill and the knowledge to do grant writing, that they could use your services and you could put some of those funds to work for you with the nonprofit organizations that you work for. That's why I'm excited about this. I know there's always two ways to look at something. You can look at it negatively or you can look at it positively. And when I look at this whole experience, I saw that when this pandemic happened, that there were so many opportunities that came available that were not available. And so instead of focusing on the negative, I chose to focus on the positive. And here's the beautiful thing about life. Whatever you choose to focus on, whether that's the negative or positive, you will attract, and that will be attracted to you. So I'm going to encourage you today. I'm not sure where you're at today in your life and what's going on with your life, but I'm going to really encourage you to make sure that you have a focus on the positive, that you look for the opportunities that exist. And even if they don't exist in your mind right now, know that they exist, because when you start scratching, you start scratching underneath the surface, you'll find some opportunities that you have currently been overlooking. I shared with you yesterday about that wonderful book that you may want to go check out. That book is Acres of Diamonds. If you haven't read that book, it's definitely worth getting a chance to go and read that book, because it will highlight to you and it will underscore to you that there are opportunities that you've currently been overlooking. Now, here's what I want you to do. I know you guys are in different places, but right now, real quickly, why don't you just type in where you are at, what city, what area, so we can at least know who's here right now. And I'm going to keep chiming away. And if you have some comments about some of the things that I'm sharing with you right now, feel free to list that down in our chat. But just list who you are and where you're from, and I want to welcome you. In addition to that, I want to say that when we start looking at these opportunities, and that book talks about the importance of not overlooking the opportunities that are sometimes right, these opportunities are sometimes right underneath your nose, but because of all of these other messages and all of these other signals and things that you pick up on throughout the course of the day, sometimes it's really easy to overlook those opportunities. Now, when we talk about being a grant professional and how do we unearth some of these opportunities, the first thing is you're going to have the knowledge. You're going to have the knowledge. If you have the knowledge, and you then next have the skill to do grant writing. Some of you have already done some grant writing before, some of you haven't. But yesterday, even as we talked about on yesterday, there was a young lady yesterday, I think it was Gabrielle, and Gabrielle made mention of how she was working for the Boys and Girls Club and how she was inundated with going out the grants. She was getting some success, she was making some progress, but she was inundated. She needed help. And I shared with her on yesterday, get a team. And by getting a team, you may have not developed the skill and the knowledge yet to learn how to do grant writing, but partnering with someone like that, doing a short stint of an internship, maybe 2 or 3 months, could provide them with much needed service that could be helpful for them, but also allow you to gain the skill and the knowledge to get greater confidence to be able to move forward in doing something like this. Now, here's the thing. You can go into the following year at the same place that you're at, and that doesn't do good to anybody. Or you can change, you can get better. And I'm going to encourage you to get better. Are you hearing me? I really hope you're listening to me right now, because you have the opportunity to become so much better than you currently are. We all can grow. We all can develop. We all can get better. And so what I'm going to encourage you to do is to look at right now where you're at. Maybe you're where you want to be, maybe you're not where you want to be. But when you start doing the following, I'm going to give you a recipe. When you first just get today, make a decision that you are going to be different, that things are going to be different. It all starts with a decision. And that is not in my power. That's not in my hands. Your decision is not in my hands. It's not in anybody's hands but yours, unless you've given it away. And so what I'm going to encourage you to do is today, grab back your power. Yes, grab back your power and grab the power of a decision and make a decision. Hey, today things are going to change. I'm going to shift my mindset to being one that will see the positive and start aggressively looking for the opportunities that exist, because there's some opportunities right now that you're overlooking. All right. But believe me when I say that, there are some opportunities right now that you are overlooking. And I don't want you to overlook them anymore. Now, in about 5 minutes or so, I'm going to be opening up for you to ask questions of me in regards to what opportunities are out there, are in regards to something else that you may have that may be grant related. Okay, so get ready in the next few minutes to take advantage of some of those questions, and then I'll be happy to answer them. Now, first, we got to make a decision. Once we made a decision, okay, there's some other things that we need to do. We got to make the decision, but after we made the decision, then we have got to start developing a game plan. Okay, so this is our aim. This is where we're heading. What is the game plan that's going to help take this decision that you've made to the next level? Now, let me just make up something for you to help make this very real. Let's say, for example, you made a decision that, hey, I'm going to have a shift in my career. I want to learn possibly this skill of grant writing. So maybe that was your decision that you made. In fact, I'm looking at some of the people that are here right now. I'm looking at my friend Helen and looking at my friend Lisa. Both of them made that decision. I remember talking to both of them a while back when they were first on the beginning stages. But first, they made a decision. Hey, I'm going to learn this skill. Then they took a step to gain the knowledge. And I had the pleasure of getting a chance to work with them. Then from there, they went to the next level and putting in the action to apply the knowledge that was learned. Okay, so now it's like a muscle. Muscle's weak when it first starts, but if you keep on working it out, that muscle will develop. Eventually, they learn the skill, gain the knowledge, and now is at the next stage. Whatever that next stage may be for you, that next stage may be now turning this knowledge into a career. It may be now applying for a grant for your organization. Don't know what it is for you, but whatever it is, we want to develop a game plan. This doesn't have to be something long, doesn't have to be something complicated. This can be a nice one-pager with some bullet points saying, this is what I'm planning on doing. And then what you do is roll up your sleeves and start putting in the work. Is this making sense? I hope it is, because I know that if you take the knowledge and start applying it, you can make magic and some great things can happen. So in about 3 more minutes, I'm going to be opening up for some questions. So April, welcome. I want you to get your questions. Barbara, get that question ready. Helen, get ready. Bring those questions you may have. Rika, bring those questions. Okay, Michael, bring those questions. And Ann, Lisa, bring those questions. I'm excited about each of you. Here's the next thing. So we've now made a decision. Now we've made it a decision, and now we have developed a game plan. That game plan can be a simple one-page game plan with 5 bullet points. I don't need you to do something outrageous. It doesn't have to be a 20-page game plan. It can be something simple. Okay, start where you're at right now and put down what's going to happen and what you are going to do. So from decision to game plan. From game plan, we're talking from game plan, having something in writing. The next thing we've got to do is we've got to take action. Okay. Yes, I said it. I'll say it again. We've got to take action on that game plan. It can't be something that we just sit on the shelf. It has to be something that we start putting some legs to take action to bring that which we have here into reality. What action are you going to take today to take advantage of these tremendous opportunities? Okay. What are you going to do? How are you going to take advantage of it? Let me give you an example. Right now, different than before Corona hit, most of these executive directors were at their offices working. Okay. Now that the whole pandemic is here, many of them are working remotely. They are working from their homes. They are having to check their emails more consistently. They are having now less distractions because they are not in offices. I called one major nonprofit organization recently and was pleasantly surprised that it went straight to that executive director that I was trying to reach. I was surprised because I just wasn't expecting it. But again, now that's another opportunity. Are there any nonprofit organizations that you can partner with, relationships that you can develop, cultivate, that you can take advantage of, that you're currently not taking advantage of? We have other wonderful resources that we did not have way back when, such as LinkedIn, that literally links you to people all over the world. Executive directors, you can go in and start cultivating relationships with them. You can go into different groups and start connecting with different leaders that may need your service. Are you seeing that there are opportunities right now that you maybe haven't been taking advantage of? Are you hearing that opportunities exist that you may not be aware of, primarily because the focus maybe has been on something else? Okay, hopefully you're seeing this because I want you to make a shift in your mindset and the way that you approach this. Yesterday, we had the pleasure of having Tim, and Tim shared some of his story. If you didn't get a chance to hear it, go back and hear it. He got laid off right at the beginning of the pandemic, lost his managerial job, and was scratching his head for a second. What am I going to do? And guess what he did? He decided to take matters into his own hands. And he said that he was like a little country boy. And so he said he decided to put up the fight to do what he had to do to take care of he and his family. What are you going to do today to take advantage of the situation and to make a way where there appears not to be a way? Hey, there's my door, Rodney. Where am I going to go? Oh, the door, everything's shut. I'm saying today, can you be your own miracle? Yes, I'm saying today, can you, if there's not a door, can you bust open a door? Are you hearing me? I hope you are. Can you say, okay, Ray Rodney, no one's giving me a handout. No one's helping me out. Can you help yourself out? Are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm saying that you are greater than you realize. And I'm saying, stop selling yourself cheap. Stop selling yourself cheap. Here's what I want you to hear. Right now, you have more mental capacity than you even know what to do with. Your brain, if I got the world's greatest computer and set the world's greatest computer next to your brain, in what your brain has the capacity to do, that other computer does not compare with you. You are, they're so much greater than you realize. And what I'm trying to knock on your door today to get into your skull is the fact that you can make things happen. Okay? You can make things happen. You can take advantage of things and say what's going to be. But what happens often, we use this principle in reverse. Okay? So what happens, we tell ourselves, oh, I can't make it. I can't do it. And that self-doubt and that message that we self-talk to ourselves becomes a fulfilling prophecy. We literally are telling ourselves what we can't do. And guess what? The brain does this. Okay, she says we can't do it, guys. Chill out, relax. She said, hey, I'm not gonna make it. Hey guys, relax. Body, arms, legs. Hey, we're not gonna make it. So everything that you tell yourself begins to literally happen. So if you tell yourself negative things, and if the message that's continuously playing in your mind is one of negativity, that's what you're going to produce. And what I want to encourage you today is to play another record, play another song, paint another picture, paint another picture today, and make something else happen that you have not been making happen. Take advantage of the opportunities. The opportunities are here, but if you sit looking, guess what's going to happen? Nothing. But if you say, hey, I'm about to roll up my sleeves and I'm about to make some magic happen. I'm about to make something happen because guess what? That's in my rightful jurisdiction to do. And before you know it, you start rolling your sleeve, make that decision, get a game plan, and start taking action. Because what happens, the action will produce another action. You see, it's not being still that gets you the opportunity to take advantage of all these things that we have available to us. It's not the being still. It's not, oh, let me think about it. Man, how long have you been thinking? I'm hoping that you're thinking and using that thinking to take the right actions, okay? Because it's when you take the right actions, things begin to change. Let me give you one last part, and in 1 minute, get your questions ready. In 1 minute, I'm going to be taking your questions, okay? Here's the next thing that we got to do. Next thing that we got to do, in addition to making a decision, getting a game plan, and then taking action, in addition to that, we have got to suffocate doubt. Okay, did you hear me? Listen, I woke up this morning, April. Okay, let me talk to April for a second. How you doing there? I see that bright smile there. April, listen, let me tell you, I have a little military hat on, it was turned to the side. But you know what I did? Listen, this is what, yeah, that's what I did. I know you don't believe it, but I'm telling you what I did, okay? I listen to Barbara. Listen, the bald-headed man put his cap on and got busy. Michael, and yeah, about that's what I did. I put some of these on it. Now, what do you mean? What do you mean, Rodney? I'm gonna tell you what I mean. So how do I do that? And I want to share this with you because again, my goal is to help to inspire you to be great. I know you're great. I know it's in you, and I want to believe it until you believe it. Okay. So here's how I did it, Barbara. I literally come in and I'm gonna share what I did. I'm going to my phone. I'm looking at my phone right now because I have on my phone my daily affirmations. These are the things that I do to suffocate, to starve out defeat and fear and doubt and a lack of confidence. Strangle that thing. And here's how I do it. Instead of having playing in my mind, Rika, you can't do it. What's playing in my mind is not only can you do it, you will do it. What's playing on my mind is I'm brave, I'm bold, I'm brilliant, I take charge, and I do it now. That's what's playing in my mind. So I will say I'll show you right here. You see these, can you see this? I don't know if you can see it, but here's about 4 or 5 of them right there. But if you scroll on down, it goes all the way down to like 10 or 11. And I will say these throughout the course of my day. And I start off, so the first one I have on my list is day by day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. I've already said that one probably get 20 times a day by day. And in every way, I'm getting better and better. What's my message? My message is not what the news tells me. My message is not what Fox tells me. It's not what CNN tells me. In fact, I turn that off. ABC doesn't program me. Rodney Walker programs me, okay? So what we do, instead of letting the media control us and program us, what I like to do is I start my day off with this, and it's self-talk. What's the most important talk? It's your talk to you. So here's the thing. I'm gonna say it. Yes, I'm gonna say it. We got about 30 seconds and get your questions ready. I'm not waiting for somebody else to come and pump me up. Guess what? They may not show up. I'm not waiting for another friend to come inspire me. That's not their job. That's my job. And so I inspire myself. So I'm going down. And let me show you I'll tell you another affirmation. One of my favorites on here is number 8. I'll tell you number 8 and number 9. Number 8, I can, I will, I must accomplish my desired goals because it's within my ability to concentrate and stick to it until each has been fully realized. I'll say that about 10 times, Barbara. And guess what? You know what, girl? I started growing some hair. Girl, I started growing some dreads like you got. I started growing some hair. It goes away, but I kid you not. I started inspiring myself. The next thing you know, here's number 9. And listen, I know April was like, man, what's that bald-headed man talking about growing some dreads? But let me give you number 9. Michael, listen to this one. This is for you, Mike. Number 9 says, I have an unconquerable spirit that rises above every adversity, setback, disappointment, and uses each as fertilizer to get me to my desired end. Wow. Are you feeling? I hope you're feeling me. Rika, I hope you're feeling me around there. What I'm saying is that there are opportunities out there, and you are here right now. You came here right now for me to remind you, not to tell you anything that you don't already probably know, but to remind you of who you are and what you can do. Let me say this. Timothy, who was here yesterday, if you didn't get a chance to look at him, go back to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/get funded with Rodney, all one word, okay? If you go over there and look for yesterday's message, Tim lost his job and he was like, he didn't know what he was gonna do. He said he decided to put up a fight. And I love it because after he said he put up that fight, you know what happened? He went in, used his skill as a grant professional, and he said, Rodney, last month alone, I made 5,000. And then this month right here, it ended up being 10. So he says, man, listen, I wasn't making that kind of money in my job. So we're talking about $15,000. And I didn't know, I hadn't even heard the story. I hadn't even heard the story yet until he came on yesterday and told me. So what I'm saying to you is that you don't have to be dependent upon somebody else to do you. Did you hear me? I'm saying you don't have to depend on somebody else to do you. If you will do you today, these opportunities that exist, you can make these opportunities do what you need them to do. So what I'm saying in essence is take advantage of the opportunities and make something of the opportunities, and you'll be surprised at what can happen. Now, I've done enough talking. I'm gonna put my little hat on, April. Wanda, how you doing on your phone over there? Lisa, my friend Lisa, I want you guys now, you talk to me. Tell me what's on your mind. Tell me what questions you have, and I'm gonna take some time out to do my best to try to answer them. And if you can just let me know what those questions are, you can unmute your mic and then let me know let me know where you're calling from. Because some of you, this is my first time getting a chance to meet some of you. Let me know where you're calling from and we'll kind of go from there.
Hi, Rodney. This is Lisa.
Hello, my friend Lisa. Welcome. Glad you're here today.
Thank you. What I was talking about being on track yesterday.
Uh-huh.
What are things that you did yourself when you notice when things are trying to get off balance or distract you? What is something that you just stop yourself in that moment and get back to the net or a hand?
So I'm hearing you saying, what are some of the things that you can do when those distractions
Or
come?
you, as you do personally.
I'll tell you what I do personally, okay? So here's the thing. Every morning when I'm getting up, the first message that I'm sending to myself is not social media. It's Rodney media. It's me talking to me, okay? That's the first thing. And then what I do, I starve. Listen, I starve out doubt. Things that will send me messages of doubt, people that will try to influence me with doubt, starve, cut off, okay? And I'm not receiving those messages. So the first message is me focusing in on what I need to do to dial in on what I need to do. So I have a chief major aim. I'm saying that chief major aim, first part of that day. Okay. Chief major aim. I'm saying that aim. I've memorized that aim. The next thing that I'm going to is my self-confidence formula. Now, if you don't have that formula, you can Google self-confidence formula, Napoleon Hill. It's a great asset. I've learned it. It took me a while to learn it, but I learned it. I have a 9-year-old who just learned it in like 2 weeks. He learned this thing. But again, I'm going through that self-confidence formula. I'll give you just a little bit. Self-confidence formula. First, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, aggressive, continuous action towards its attainment. Second, I know that the dominating thoughts of my mind eventually reproduce themselves in outward bodily action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I demand of myself, or no, therefore, I shall concentrate my mind for 30 minutes daily on the task of thinking of the person I intend to be, creating a mental picture of that person, and then transforming that picture into reality through practical service. Okay. Third, I know that through the principle of Rodney advertising to himself, through the principle of auto-suggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of realizing it. Therefore, I should demand of myself the development of the factors named in the 15 lessons of this reading course of the law of success. Now, there's a 4 and there's a 5. I could go through that with you right now, but for the time being and the sake of time, I'm not, okay? But I'm going to say this. That's the mindset. That's playing in my mind when I'm sleeping. When I'm waking up, that's playing in my mind. I'm reminding myself. I say this daily, 2, 3, sometimes 4 times throughout the course of the day. That's how I punch out doubt. Now, shorter than that, when I'm going from place to place, I'm dialing up on my phone this statement. I'm going back to my affirmations. It's on my phone. It's the first thing in my notes, okay? And so I'm dialing that back in. And so here's number 4. And if you want this, I'll be happy to send this to you guys. But number 4 says, I have full possession of my mind at all times and demand of myself the very best. So when those doubts try to come into my mind saying, hey, Rodney, what about this? Or when fear tries to, no, you're not even welcome here because I got too much I got to do over here and I got to put that in check. Okay. It's like, here's the thing. It's almost like, have you ever been somewhere and just a child has been acting a fool, and you've seen that child like, man, want that mama or want that daddy, want them, get them in line. Get out. Okay. But the right parent comes around and, hey, sit your down. And say it with some authority and situate that child. Guess what? Eventually that child will sit down. So what am I saying? When doubt and fear comes to me in that way, it's the same thing. If you don't, and I'm putting it in check, and then I have to say to myself the type of things that reminds myself how to put it in check. Okay. So I will go to my chief major aims. I will go to my daily affirmations, and I will remind myself of what it is. I got number 10. I'll tell you number 10. Number 10 on here says it's possible. It's possible. Yes, it's possible. So again, I starve it out with my daily affirmations. I start out with my chief major aim, and I starve it out by repeating my self-confidence formula. Okay, those are some of the ways. Other ways later on, I'll tell you about getting the right information. I have on my phone audiobooks that continue to fertilize that is possible, to fertilize what can be, that fertilize and coaches me what I need to do. Is this making sense, guys? I hope it is. I hope that answers your question. Does it, Lisa?
Oh yes, because I found, especially since the hospital and all, they love to keep get you off track.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
can't get nothing done in succession.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing about it is like when you, if you sit up and you have the tube going on all day, a lot of what's being promoted there is information to keep you glued to that tube and to keep you afraid. And that's why I don't have time for that. Now, do you know that the average American watches about 4 hours of television every day? 4 hours. Okay. Now, you do the math. Okay. Let me get my little calculator out right now and we'll do the math real quickly so that you can see what we're talking about here. Okay. Now, where's my little calculator? Okay. So you got your calculator? Why don't you get yours as well? Here, just make sure I'm doing my math right. All right. So 4 hours a day times 365. Do you see that? Did you see this? Okay. That's 1,460 hours. Okay, now let me divide that by 24 hours in a day. The average American is spending 60 days of their time watching the tube. So check this out. So we're literally saying one third, nearly one third of our waking hours is allowing a tube with all kind of messages to program us. I don't have time for that. That's too expensive for me. 60 days, I may give you, you might, if you're lucky, you might squeeze out 2 days, but you're definitely not getting those 60 days from me like that. Okay. So again, it's starving out those messages that don't help you to get to where you are designed to go. Other questions. Thank you for that question, Lisa. Other questions. And feel free to just unmute your mic and then we'll take that question from you. Barbara, you ain't got no question over there? What's going on in that mind over there, girl, huh? I just get that question out.
Yeah, I'm new to the group, Rodney. So I do see someone's chat, a question in the chat, which I have the same question. Is
Okay.
when are your classes? What you have grant classes, and when are they?
Awesome. Great question. We have different grant classes available, and I'll tell you about one of them right now. We have what we call a community. And the approach that we take, Barbara, in terms of connecting with people is one where we're doing learning in community. And we have what's called the GFIC, which stands for Get Funded Inner Circle. Now, if you want more information about the Get Funded Inner Circle, you can go over to grantcentralusa.com. And when you go over to grantcentralusa.com, go to the page that says GFIC. There's going to be a link there. Click that link. It'll show you the schedule and will give you some more information there. But the long and short of it, once a month, we come and we hang out. And when we come and hang out, it is a master class that I do once a month. And that master class, we go for about an hour talking about one aspect of grant writing. Now, in addition to that, everybody that's in that community also has access to the previous month's master classes. So like right now, if you were to go in right now, there will literally be like 10 or 12 master classes that are already there that you could go back to the previous month and be able to watch. And they cover every aspect of what you will need to do to be successful in your grant writing efforts. In addition to that, we give what we call the incredible free gift. And that incredible free gift is an $800 valued gift where the first thing that you get in there is a audio recording of a grant writing class that gives you a great overview of the entire grant writing process. Then there's manuals and samples and a lot of things there waiting for you. And there are templates that show you step by step what you need to do. So that's one way that we have people that we help them to learn how to do it. And we have it set where that's broken up into a very affordable way for a person that wants to get started right away. So that the information is instantly available for them right away. And in addition to it, it's there for good. And each month we keep building on it. So each month it gets better and better and more valuable. If you get to the point where you say, hey, great, Rodney, I'm here, I've gotten this, now I want to get a job in this. The first package is our gold package. The next one goes to being what we call our next package is our platinum package. And with that one, if you're looking to get a job, we share with you how to go about getting a job. There's specialized training in there for that. And then if you decide, hey, I want to take this to the next level and do this as a business, we have another class that helps you to start developing this as a business. But again, all of this is a part of those 3 different packages that we offer with the GFIC. And so every month we get a chance to hang out even more. So that's what that looks like. Now, the final one that I'll tell you about, some of you may need and may desire more intimate time longer than just once a month. Okay, so for those who would like that, we have what's called the Rising Star. And when we do that, we hang out a couple of times every week for an hour. So literally, you're talking about 8 sessions, 4 sessions each week, 2 times a week. So we're talking about 8 times of hanging out for about 8 hours along there. And then there's a whole slew of other wonderful information designed to help you to grow and learn as a grant writer. Now, let me say this last thing, and then you may have some questions about this. In a week from now, I'm going to have a grant writing success formula that's going to be like a 2-day intensive. Okay, for anybody who's simply wanting to learn how to do a grant proposal, and that 2-day intensive is going to be situated where we're going to be going straight through what you need to do to prepare a successful proposal. The focus is going to be on one thing: preparing a successful proposal, developing, looking at every single stage of that. And so if that's something that's of interest to you, feel free to leave a chat note saying, hey, I'm really interested in doing that. It's going to be like a couple of days. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to limit that to somewhere between 10 to 20 people so that we can have some intimate, good conversations going on to kind of really make sure that we help you grasp some information and get the questions that you have answered. Thank you for asking that question. And I'm sorry, I haven't been looking down at the chat. I've been just talking so much. I'm trying to grow some hair around here, guys. I'm trying. April, I'm trying, girl. I'm trying. All right. Other questions that we have around here. Helen, Wanda, I see you over there. Ann, Lisa, talk to me, people. What questions do you have? I see Drake in the house. What questions do we have, Drake? Talk to me, people.
Rodney, can you please give us that website again that you just gave me, the Grant Central USA? Is that what it is?
Yes, I'll be happy to. In fact, I'm putting in the chat right now,
Awesome.
Grant Central USA, and then look for the link that says GFIC. In fact, let's do this. I'm going to go real quickly, and I'll do a screen share with you. And let me take you over for a second, and I'll show you a couple of things that you may want to take a look at while you are here. Hopefully you can see my little screen around here, but Grant Central USA. Okay, there's that bald-headed guy again. I've seen him somewhere. The link that you're going to go to is this link right here, GFIC. Can everybody see this? Can you see this? You can't see anything, Barbara?
Hey, Rodney, your screen is really small.
My screen is small?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me make my screen a little larger around here and see if I can fix this, because I want you to be able to see what we have going on. Maybe if I close some of these other windows over here, that might help and make things a little bit better.
No.
Can you see the screen now?
No, so what it is, it's almost like it's a rectangular shape, but it's not where we see your menu. We just see your bar.
Okay, so let me do this. Let me go to this one and see if this helps.
There
That-
you go.
You can see that now. Can you see the mount? Can you see that, Alan? Can you see this
Yeah,
now?
you got. You must have an Apple computer.
I do. I do. Can you see this now? Okay, so this is Grand Central USA. Okay, that's the bald-headed guy I was talking about. Everybody see what I'm talking about? Here's the link we're gonna go to right here, GFIC. If you click that one, this one, well, let me do this. Let's just go over real quickly to grant writing coaching, and I'm gonna zoom down, and you can come back and read about this. If you wanna see some of the people we've helped, you can click this. It'll take you to a page where you can read more about this, hear videos, and hear real people. This is the one that I was talking about, which is our apprenticeship program that allows you to go more in depth. And this is one where I'm hanging out with you even more. And that's those 4 times. And this kind of gives the details about what that looks like here. Okay. But the one that I was sharing with you just a second ago is actually the Get Funded Now in a Circle. And there are a couple of videos. You can come over here and click. This will kind of take you, you can look at it and learn more about it. And then it also takes you to that $800 free gift. If you come right here and click that, you can click the video and it'll explain, it literally will
Ready to win grants?
It'll take you, kind of give you an idea, but if you click this right here, the $800 free gift, this will take you to a page that you can come in, and this right here gives you a tour of what's on the inside of what I just talked about. Let me play a little bit so you can kind of see, and I'll skip, I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I'll skip through so you can get a feel for what's on the inside of what I was just communicating with
Hey
you.
guys, Rodney Walker here, Grand Central USA. I want to share with you, we're going to empower you
Here's what's
to
on
get
the
funded.
inside.
You'll be able to come right here to your membership portal and get access. And this is the environment where we place your resources that are ready for you right at your fingertip and when you're ready to learn. You'll be able to come here, access the master classes on that for Friday, but then you can come here and you'll notice I have a welcome message for you. But here's some resources. These are some of the previous master classes that we've had. You can come literally right here and click play and be dialed right in to that training because we have it recorded. So if you can't make the live session, you can come in and get access to it. Now, we've included these previous ones so that you can learn some of the previous things that we had from those previous sessions.
Now, here's the thing, guys. Every single month we add to this. So if you can't make it to the live session, you can actually get the information. I'm going to zoom through. You can come back and watch those videos. You can see what is in here. This is, if you go to our store, the information is more expensive there, but as a member, you get all of this. And this is the details of that $800 free gift that I told you about that's included. This is where you can go in right now and start learning about grant writing right now with that package. And this right here is a grant writing resource manual. If you come back and click that video later on, it will show you what's inside of there. You can also come here. These are actual funders that you will get a chance to listen to and hear what those who are giving out the money is saying. Not just me, but what those who are giving out the money are saying. And that's some very, very valuable information there. This is where you will be able to come in and listen to and hear that overview of the whole entire grant writing process. And then these are other resources that are here that you can come in. And this is very valuable here. This allows you to come in and see what a good sample grant proposal looks like. And you can download some other copies of actual grant proposals that have actually been funded. So all this information is here. You can see what a good proposal looks like. I walk you through a 30-minute me step-by-step walking through critiquing a proposal. So what we do here is we remove all the doubt so that you can know exactly what you need to do. And that's why in terms of the membership, we found that this is the best way to have ongoing continuous learning. And we designed it for you that way. There's a 12-minute video. I'm not gonna play it all here, but that kind of gives you a feel for what we're doing there. Later on, once you grab that skill, you can then come over and then we help you because we also have a grant writing directory where we then start helping you to get business. And I believe, Helen, you're on here right now still. Helen, are you? Are you still here, Helen? If you are,
Yes.
Helen,
I'm here.
Helen, I think Helen, let's see, let's find Helen around here. Helen, let's find Helen real quick. Helen, we're gonna find you. See if we can find you real quickly. There is Helen right there, okay? So Helen is in here, and Helen I know Helen's already got some business that came out of being here from another one of our members, okay? So Helen, tell them so they won't think I'm making up stuff around here.
No, it worked. I was one of the early people that was added to the site when it first went up. And I got a referral from Denise Sales. She is another graduate of the internship and the program. And Denise needed some assistance. Golden Touch, that's Denise. So she needed some assistance with a proposal because she had more work than she could handle at that moment. And so she actually hired me as a subcontractor and allowed me to take, pass the grant on to me. And I finished the grant proposal and submitted it and got paid by her. So
Awesome.
we're actually working on another project together right now.
Awesome.
Yes.
And that's a benefit of being a part of a community that's bigger than yourself. And,
Yes.
and this piece here that we have, guys, they're job listings. You can come and find job opportunities for grant writers. There are also grant alerts that are here. So our goal is to see you through to hitting what you're trying to do, whether that's just simply to learn the skill or to grow this as a business for yourself. Now, this is what we've done in terms of the membership. We've made it very cost effective for you. So you can get started with something like this on a monthly basis for as low as $39. There's a one-time setup fee when you first join as well at $99 or something like that. But again, the information that you're getting, if you were to just go to the store that we have to just buy one of these products, if you were just trying to buy one of them, would be the cost that you would pay for the entire thing. So it's more cost effective for you to just go in and become a member, and we work with you on an ongoing basis, providing you with all of these resources that you'll have access to instantly. And if you decide you want to join, you think this makes sense for you, I wish when I was first starting out, I wish that this was available when I was first starting out. So all you have to do if you're interested in joining is come over here and simply click the button that says join now, and it will take you directly to the checkout page. And what will happen as soon as you check out, you will be able to come to something that says my library like this. I'm going to click it for a second and show you, and you'll be able to go in and log in. And once you've logged in, it's going to take you right here, just like this, and you're going to get your inner circle, and you'll be able to come in, and the information is going to be readily available for you right here for you to take advantage of. We also have discounts and perks for you. So everything that you need to do grant writing at a high level, there's our friend, Miss Helen over there again, is right there waiting for you. Does that make sense? Hopefully you could see, because what we're trying to do is not hold back value from you. I guarantee you, having taught this at the university level, I know what the university level trainings offer because I've spoken and taught at several of them. What you have in our membership level by itself, if you compared it to any of the other programs, you're getting massive information that's going to help you to be successful. So thank you for answering that question, Barbara. Any other questions? I have time for one final question as we get ready to wrap up today. One final question that I can answer. And feel free, if you have a question, to ask that question now. All right. Helen.
Quick question.
Yes.
So when I was on your website, as you were going through it, I was also going through it on my computer. And I saw some of them on Mondays and Thursdays or Tuesdays and Thursdays. Do you have to be available for both sessions in order to really get the gist of it? Or would it be something that you can do one and then catch up on end up and date on the second one?
Great question, April. And thank you for joining us today. If you have, I'll go back to that page. this program here is our apprenticeship program, okay? Now, with our apprenticeship program, you were asking about this program right here. Do you need to be available on that Monday and that Thursday? That's a great question. It's 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Now, unlike our membership program that we have here, to be able to be a part of the apprenticeship program, a person has to be a member of GFIC. We work in terms of the ones that we work with. We work with those who are members. Okay. Now, once you're a member, if you say, "Hey, I'm interested in being a part of the apprenticeship program," which means that you and I are going to be working together at a different level. I mean, I've developed a relationship with like Helen and Lisa here, and they family. Listen, we family now. It's like you can try to get rid of me if you want to, but it ain't happening now. We family.
Yeah,
And,
we are.
and listen, and I will listen, out of the blue, when they cross my mind, I will send them a message. Hey, how you doing? How are things going? Because it's family. Okay. So when we do the apprenticeship program, I'll be honest with you, April, I only want to work with family members. I'm stingy like that. Okay. Which means that I see something in you and we believe that, hey, this will be a good fit for us. So
Right.
then so as you see here, this one here is really by invitation only. And when I say that, I'm really sincere about that, because we've had people that came, had the money, and they were not a good fit for what we were doing. So we point them in a different direction. So once you're a member of GFIC, if you really are interested in this part, then what I would welcome you to do is say, hey, great, let's have a meeting. Let's you and I get a chance to talk, and let me hear what it is that you're really aspiring to do. And as I question you, my goal is when we talk to point you to the right resource. If this resource is not the right resource for you at this time, I'll be honest with you. Like I've been honest with so many other people and told them, hey, you're not ready for this. This is start over here. Start with this cheaper program over here because this is more where you're at. Or start over here. And when I say cheaper, less expensive, because when I tell you what's inside of the resource, there's nothing cheap about it, because
Right.
I'm not a cheap guy. And so with it, it's just what's going to be a better fit for you at this time. Now, if you then are accepted into the program, then when we start working with you, if you can't make a meeting, we do record the meetings, but I'm really on the front end saying, hey, you're investing your hard-earned dollars. And so on those days, I'm expecting to see you. Now, you may miss one. Okay, got it. We got you covered because something happened. But when we have these meetings, I'm really expecting you to be here, because when a person comes to this, they are investing their hard-earned money. And my goal is to get results, and not just any results, because you have negative results and you get positive results. I'm in it for you to get positive results, meaning that I want you to produce the best proposal you can do. And I'm going to kind of be on you like, hey, where's that proposal? Hey, how's it going? Because at the end of the day, we want you to have something that you can present to a funder that's fundable. And I've had so many people that we've come along and they followed the recipe. And as a result of following the recipe, they've gotten funded. And that's what I'm committed to helping you do. Okay. Does that answer your question, April?
It does.
Good. I almost grew some hair on that one, girl. Listen, before you know it, I'm gonna have a head full of hair around here. Okay.
I'm gonna take a picture of that one.
Huh?
I have to take a picture of that one.
I know. You and I
Frame it,
both,
picture it
okay?
all.
Exactly. Drake, do you have any questions as I wrap up? That was my last, let's see. Okay, Rika, I didn't get a chance to, hopefully you guys maybe didn't have any questions. Hopefully it got answered. But just know, guys, I'm cheering for you and I want to see the very best for you. So write this one down. I normally say, hey, be brave, be bold, be brilliant, take charge. But I want you to write down, I'm brave, meaning that you are. I'm brave, I'm bold, I'm brilliant. I take charge and I do it now. Let me know any other ways that I can help you, and know that I'm here cheering for you. If you know that it's of interest to you to maybe go through that grant writing success formula, either as a refresher or as someone who wants to go through a 2-day thing of hanging out, we'll probably be hanging out for 3 to 4 hours for those times. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that really, really affordable for our GFIC members. If you're a GFIC member, I'm going to have it set where that thing is going to be under. Right now, I'm still working through the pricing on it, but it's going to be something that's going to be very, very, very digestible for us to hang out for about 8 hours to go through an actual proposal. Okay. So let me know if that's of interest to you. Feel free to email me at info@Grant Central USA. info@grantcentralusa.com. Or if you enter in the chat, let me know. Right, I'm really, really interested. I get the message right there as well. All right. Until next time, my friends. Today is what? Today is Wednesday. Have a great day of celebrating tomorrow, Thanksgiving, if you celebrate it. If not, just have a great day of life anyway. And I'll look forward to connecting with you guys real soon. All the
Hey,
best. Yes.
Just want to say a quick thing to April. But what you're saying, attending?
Uh-huh.
Yes. I was a little tied up, so that's why I was off screen. It's very good to be part of a family.
Mm-hmm. No, I totally agree. You know what it is that I left the job after 18 years, and I was a finance director for a nonprofit. And
I understand.
Switching gears, so now I'm just trying to figure out where the time is, because obviously not working after 18 years in a pandemic is a little bit different, which is why I was trying to figure out my schedule.
Well, here's the thing. This is what I found. I got sick August, and I was in the hospital. And before I had a chance to tell Rodney, it's like he knew. He reached out to me. And you're distracted in the hospital because you got these nuts. So, did I say nuts? Doctors and stuff, and they put you through some crazy mess. And that's why I asked the question earlier. Still going through it. But somehow, I don't know what it is about Rodney. Yeah, I'm tell on you. He has this innate intuition. He just knows something's going on, or you need something, and clear out of the blue, he just reaches out. Being a family and getting our vibe together enables that to happen. I understand, 18 years old, you're kind of discombobbled, but you get into the fold. And like last night I was in a meditation, and we did this part where we just pulled off everything and we put it in a pile. And then we walked through this door, so to speak, and left the worries behind.
That's awesome.
And work through this. He gives you books to read, talk about meditation and all. And I've always done that, but it's just nice to have a group that helps you keep on point. Even when you just feel like you want to scream, like your hair is on fire.
Awesome.
And thank God, and thank the person for ending that 18 years, because that was old for you.
Oh yeah, it was time for me to move on.
Yeah, but let's see, I know, because I have a bottom that gets glued. Sometimes you get a little kick on the bum. So you walk through your door.
Yeah.
And then you have wonderful people that block your doorway so you don't walk back out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just saying, I'm just going to drop it and walk away.
I'll say a quick word of concurring. I did my internship at the beginning, kind of in the middle of the pandemic. I'd already planned to do it before we went into lockdown. I'd already scheduled it, but it ended up that I started during April, and right now I live in Spain. So just to tell you how much I thought it was worth actually being there live, to be in the group. When we were having our sessions at 5:30 Pacific time, it was 2:30 in the morning for me, and I was in Madrid at the time. So that's how much it meant. I think I only missed one, but that's how much it meant to me to be a part of that group. And it worked out because I didn't have to go to work because we were in lockdown. So I was working from home. So it worked out. So I would just like take a nap and then log in at 2:30 in the morning. It was the next.
Wow.
And they think I'm tapped. 2:30 in the morning.
But it was worth it. It was worth the time, and it was a great experience. I definitely recommend it.
Oh my!
You're gonna make me cry around here. Give me some tears around here. Y'all got me all emotion. Hold on. Got me all emotion around here.
Well, you're about to get some more.
y'all have been great. You guys have been great.
Accept God's gift, okay? Just accept it. Don't be that stepchild. He's going to want to get that tile on because he's getting a headache because he loves you not listening. Because I'm not one redhead stepchild. My head. And I'll be glad to give up the title. But you know, he can barely deal with me sometimes. Just based on experience and what I'm going through now. You know, other day I wrote in a 10 out about how I wanted really loving people and stuff, supportive. And I had it. And I got it now. But the craziness, and it's crazy right now, all the gunk, just put it in that little pile. Or like one of the gals in the circle last night, she goes, honey, I didn't put it in a pile, I incinerated it.
Yep, you gotta do that. You gotta do that.
It's just burn it.
And believe me, it's not easy. And I say choice words sometimes, but it's just nice to know you got a group that helps you keep floating. And you don't feel like, will I ever make it? Or is it going to take me forever? Or dang, I got this to happen. It's just nice. And I call Rodney bro. You know, he don't have no hair.
I'm gonna grow some hair on y'all. Y'all gonna be surprised. Next year, 2021, I may have an afro. You better watch out around here. Hey guys, I gotta go. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for the words. Thank you guys for giving me the gift of your time today. Drake, Helen, Lisa, thank you guys again. I'm so glad that we got a chance. And in any kind of way that I can help, let me know. Again, what we're about and what she just had to make a mention of is grant writing is just one of the vehicles, but this is much bigger than grant writing for me. This is about impacting lives. And when we do that, I have the wonderful gift of once I touch your life, you also touch my life, we touch more lives, more people are helped. And that is very powerful. And that's the magic for me that makes all of this really worthwhile. So let's take advantage of these opportunities and go make some magic. Let's go be brave. Let's go be bold. Let's be brilliant. And then let's take charge and make some things happen. It's within our power to do so. All right. Have a great day, guys. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.